Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Me. Start that over. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. Brought to you by the good people at, well, better not say a name. I might get sued. Let's see. What are we going to talk about today? I had a fun daily brief this morning. We have two what I would consider consummate professionals just working away, working their craft. On the site, Kieran and Daniele, they like to operate off of Sierra charts. So it's kind of fun. They have a little universe that they've created at TRI. And we're all sort of going through on Sierra charts. Kieran can run sort of a combine. He did the whole top step in the old prop firm I was at. So he did all that, and he was like, what the heck, why don't we just do it here at TRI? So they basically run that first thing in the morning, and I think he's got about 8 or 9 people sort of in the loop, including myself. I haven't actively professionally traded futures in a while, so I put myself on a fairly strict sort of, ramp up path. So I'm not even going to boast that I even could be a futures trader until I actually pass not only process goals, which I've laid out for the community, but also to Kieran's combine goals. So, got quite a bit of work ahead of us with regard to that, but I absolutely love the direction TRI is going. Totally guided by people who are active traders who basically trade professionally with their own money and want to sort of continue this sort of theme. Kieran, well, you don't know, but Kieran's running this as a co-op. Meaning, we're not here to make money off of you. I mean, if you know how to trade, you should be able to make all the money you need in the market. That's not the point of this exercise. And that's what I hate about this silly capitalist system is, are you the product or are you the service? Half the time, people don't even realize that as customers, they're actually the product. Kind of that whole Robin Hood crap. And your data actually is getting sold to somebody else. So, I love the idea that, these silly YouTube, we don't make any money off any of this crap because we don't need your money. We're doing perfectly fine on our own, thank you very much. But we're trying to make a positive difference in this world. And there's a lot of you that are sort of like, I want to try and be a trader. I want to learn how to do this, but where the hell do I go? Nobody teaches you how to do this. Well, guess what? That's what TRI is all about. That's the whole damn reason why we're here. That's why JoJo came to me, God, now that's like 8-9 years ago. She said, you had a chance, Brian, to make a positive difference in this world. She didn't say I was going to. She said I had the opportunity. And I do like the what's happened here. I would say that working with someone like Kevin here is an excellent anecdote to that opportunity. I mean, I don't even know if I've not made that positive of a difference, but I have a chance. We've got that. There's a little window here, and if we're really lucky, we can pull off a miracle here and sort of balance the Joey Diamond playing field of this world. Anyway. Rant. I suppose a YouTube video without at least a couple-minute rant from Brian wouldn't be normal, would it? If we didn't have that. Okay, so, breadth, beautiful tool. I tell you, Sjord has got one hell of a tool. What? Hopefully, for Sjord's wife's sake, I'm talking about his computer program website that he's built here. I tell you, man, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful tool. It certainly is. Soundbite. As you can see, it looks like we are trying to climb the wall of worry here. Coming off of a quick face slapping. I like face slappings because face slappings, they clean up the stupidity of the market. And I have to say, in cryptocurrencies, that's the one thing I do like about this space is that, the price action is so volatile. Yeah, I mean, riches can be made very quickly on the upside, but egos can be brought back into check very, very quickly in this space, which is good because, like in the stock market, where actually it can be highly, highly manipulated, like a stock with a certain amount of shares out, you can have stupid people sort of vindicated for very long periods of time. Well, not vindicated, that's not the right word. Stupid people legitimized for very long periods of time. And you have to wait for the market cycle to break before it's sort of like revealed how stupid they really are. In crypto, man, that can happen quick. And I love it too. Dog money nonsense, right? Get those people, fucking get some religion, would ya? So, actually, I told the community today, I actually have been buying quite a bit. I do think that this whole month of June is going to be up and down and up and down and up and down. And, we had, it's been a bit popular of late. And I even tweeted it out. But the problem here, of course, is if too many people start paying attention to the same thing, then it stops working. So be cognizant of that. But it seems to me that quite a few people in the crypto space, this guy, I think, 100 million views. 500,000 views since May 27th. Fuck me. That's actually more than 500,000. Hey, it's almost 600,000 views. So, and he walked through the whole sort of Wycovian process. What does a market cycle look like? Oh, Composite Man. That's the name I was looking for this morning, Kevin. And I'm just worried that, there's a hell of a lot of people now that are specifically looking for this pattern. And they're looking for the FU moves before they're going to step in and buy. Well, I can absolutely tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, if where the hell did if Mr. Composite Man knows that you are all looking for that price action, it ain't gonna happen. Mr. Composite Man's gonna go, well, maybe not this time. So just understand that, okay, peeps? The problem with trading, I don't know why it is, but people just sort of get lulled into this thinking that there are very specific rules for the way that these prices move, and that is the way that they move, and the same rules always work the exact same all the time. It doesn't work that way. This is all about human behavior and psychology. Ironically enough, it's actually more about nuance and understanding weak hands and strong hands, and understanding that really, if you want to win at this game of trading, you got to remove all of the emotion, all of the discretionary decision making out of your trading. You got to do it. If you don't, you are just you are Mr. Composite Man's target, and he will play with you. I mean, that's basically what I've tried to do here with this whole idea of, build a plan, have 3 unrelated reasons to justify you acting. Every trade should have very specific risk tolerances relative to the type of risk taker that you are, and you are just in there, no opinions, just trading day in, day out. Then when the ideas work, and ideally you only want to take trades where if the idea does work, you get paid substantially more than if it doesn't. Well, and when those trades do work, you got to pay yourself. And that is the business of making money from trading. I got to tell you, though, if it's one thing I absolutely feel good about through this whole experience is that I'm right. And my mother, she used to, I mean, it's terrible when your own fucking mother calls you a fucking know-it-all. All right. But I used to sit there when I was like, I walked out on her when I was 12 years old. I was like, this is pathetic. Why am I living with you? You're a basket case. But, it's one thing to know what the right thing is to do. It's quite another to be able to try and convey it in an articulate way to another person without coming across as a know-it-all and a fucking, smart ass and the guy who always is like, so yeah, I told you so, and all that kind of shit. It's very difficult. Slow and steady wins the race. I mean, I'm in this for the long haul. I mean, if I have the opportunity, I'll probably be making these YouTube videos 10, 20 years from now telling exactly the same message. I was walking through a chart this morning in the Daily Brief, and I was like, holy crap, this is deja vu. I literally remember having drawing the exact same chart like 7 years ago when I was doing like coinage videos and charting up altcoins. I mean, exactly the same chart. So, go figure. So, where does that take us? While we're still in the sickness window, I think all bets of sort of reasonable economic theory are still out the window. The only problem is that I do believe that the interest rate cycle has turned, and now we have to expect 35 years of rising interest rates. And ironically enough, the way that it's actually going to be engineered is these silly politicians are going to just dead us into the oblivion, where the market has no choice. They're just going to be... Number one, the banksters, they need to somehow deal with that old debt. If everything was just left as it was, that old debt represented about, 400% GDP. So that has to be dealt with. And the only way they're going to allow this to happen now is if the economy magically inflates or grows so that debt no longer is 400% GDP. It's like 1 times GDP. And really, they would like it a fraction of GDP. So, how big does that mean they have to inflate this economy to get? And the sad part about it is the economy itself, it's not like people are making more money or people are earning more money per hour. No, there's nothing to do with that. It's just purely a function of how many dollars they have decided are being printed. The sad part about that is I think the market now is going, okay, well, through the baby boomers leaving the economy, the whole premise was that commodity prices should get bid up. Fear cycle. That's the whole point of this. I think that they conned a good chunk of the economy. They conned their way through this. Ben Bernanke, hegemony, all that bullshit. And now it looks to me like the market is playing cleanup. Does that mean we get like 15 years of inflation in like 1 year? It could be. Could very well be. I tell you, there's a lot of catching up going on very quickly in this environment. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Anything, earth-shatteringly new here today? I don't think so. I think actually it's just an affirmation that actually everything that you saw before is continuing on. So what do I mean by that? U.S. dollar still working its way lower, and the big question right now is, does Socialist Joe get now? I think he wants like $6 trillion package. So does Socialist Joe get what he wants? The irony of it all is, I could see him getting what he wants and then him dying actually very quickly after that's passed. And, we'll have Kamala Harris as President of the United States of America with a $6 trillion blank check. Ay, caramba. Oh, God. I'll tell you, man. I did not think that the United States of America was going to get dismantled here through this cycle. I really didn't think it was going to happen. But I'll tell you, all the pieces are in place for the United States of America to be dismantled here. The only piece that's missing is, do the bankers continue to finance these debts and deficits? And if long-term interest rates are going to head up here, and here is our long-term interest rate chart. If this, for heaven's sake, starts rolling over and we start cranking higher here, oh boy, this is going to be trouble. Because the bankers have said, back here they were like, Janet yelling, hey, go borrow as much money as you want, historically low rates, you got to do it. Okay, well, now we're back to where rates have been, since, I guess, like 2015, right? We're not at the insanely low historical rates that, free money MMT. We're now sort of, kind of like 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, really, kind of average. And the real question is, do we lose these levels in here now and actually start to head back down into levels that we saw back, through the, the war on terror? It wasn't that long ago. The dot-com boom, right? All in that area. It's really not that long ago. I'll tell you, at these kind of rates over here, I think it's something like 30 to 40% of the entire U.S. Revenue goes to paying interest on the debt. Right now, the interest payment on the debt is okay. But if we have to go back to like these kind of things, remember 30-40% of the U.S. budget right now is on your defense spending, right? Pay the military. If all of a sudden now 30-40% of the budget has to go towards just paying interest on the debt, and is that, oh, by the way, we have to pay for all the other departments of U.S. government as well. Does it make sense to still pay 30-40% of the budget on the U.S. Defense Department? I don't know. And if they can't, I've told you this before, if they can't, that spells Soviet Union. And it was so sad. Mikhail Gorbachev, I remember him, sweet guy. He pleaded with his country to stay together, the Soviet Union, and it was an unstoppable train wreck. I hate to say it, but wow, the similarities here with the United States of America and the Soviet Union. Oh man, it's incredible. Well, we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Long and short of it here, this is going to be a really tenuous time to be a human. And I suppose they said like 2022, 2023. I think someone said all the way right through to 2030. Oh my goodness, this is impossible. So, man, what the hell am I supposed to be talking about here today? God, what a weird rant tirade I've gone to. Maybe I should just start over. I don't know. Kevin, is this a waste of time? How long have I been blabbing on here? Probably about 20 minutes, half hour, and I haven't even really talked about
20 minutes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone.
That was great.
Yeah, but you're a sweetheart. You love anything that I produce here. All right. That's one reason why I love working with Kevin is it never says I do anything wrong. Well, no, not never, but most of the time I can't do any wrong. Oh, goodness. In the day trading room this morning, we started out, all of us are getting pretty active in there. I like it. I really like the direction that we're heading there. So what were we looking at this morning? Potential bottoms coming in after a face rip straight move down, but and we were saying it couldn't really be bearish through here while this bull div was forming, but you can see we just, we went right back into the bear here. Looks like a little bottom's trying to come in. Yeah, not bad. Actually, that's pretty respectable. Probably a nice little Hogue value trade there. But looking kind of weak here on the intraday. Remember, this was a holiday yesterday, so kind of fluffy prices getting bid up. I think I had told you that I actually went and bought a couple stocks here today. So we have some fun ones. There's this Chinese NFT player, new on the scene, key reversal. I went and picked up some of these warrants. Not really the biggest fan of Chinese companies, but I like these NFT story. This is Kevin's NFT stock, same sort of thing. Nice little double bottom there, so I went and picked up some of that. So there are names like that. Crypto stocks actually are looking a lot better. There's another crypto stock that I worked a bit on this morning, but it looks like it's leaving me behind. I've already got a bunch of free shares on the books. Look at this one here. I was even squawking about it yesterday. Perfect. So that looks just like that YVR. It looks like that Lion Holdings. This HELX looks like that's bottoming out. One low, two lows, maybe even a third low. Look at this beautiful momentum push. The only thing that's missing here is you just need some volume to confirm this. But that looks like it's heading higher. So that's a good sign. The crypto market's looking a little bit firmer here. Probably, I think I've told you guys the big stocks to watch on this guy, like Mr. MicroStrategies guy. Mr. MicroStrategies guy, if you do hear this or anybody who knows him who watches this video, please just go out and tell your shareholders to be good taxpayers. We can make lots of money just being long your stock, but don't talk about like going and hiding Bitcoins from the tax man. That's just going to get us into trouble. So other than that, I'm not necessarily endorsing this idea. I think probably the buy was back here. Kind of like, this is the big crypto stock I'm long is like down here, right? So not even the slightest bit interested up here to do anything. But, some of these little ones, I think there's a trade there. And like I said, on these, especially now, like I love this NFT. I think this NFT story is just getting going. I could easily see this be a huge thing through the summer. And the music scene and all that kind of stuff. Getting back into concerts after COVID. We're all released from COVID prison and stuff. So you can see them. This one here. You can see there's a hole on the price charts right there. $5. So, what the hell? $1.80, $1.90? I think I can get some free stock out of that. So I have been doing some buying. We picked up a little of this one here recently. There is money pouring into this market. Some good looking stocks. In fact, actually, one of the value names that I picked up, and this is the great thing to have people like Zach, who's our level 3 TA. He's probably going to be our level 3 instructor going forward. Excellent value stock picker, right? And if you can start by understanding value, then even in crappy markets, even like sell in May and walk away, if you're buying value, this kind of crap happens. So actually I got a really nice little free position established there when you're not supposed to be doing this in this kind of market. So go figure. Lots of cute little names. Look at this little guy, Joe Z, one of my buddies down in the States. Look at that cute little stock. So, it's very hard for me to be overtly bearish of the stock market when I got those kind of names staring me at the face. It's not an outright buy. I still think, May, June, this is that seasonal cleanup window. Could a name like this just sort of bump along here and then start to work its way higher once we get into the summer? Sure. And that's the sort of approach that I'm taking to the whole market. If you happen to pick some up and they pop, great. Just, establish those free positions. You can't get hurt by us free positions, right? But for the time being, actually I'm feeling like I want to accumulate. I think I've told you also too, in crypto. Half of those names I showed you were in crypto. Don't know whether I'm ready to say this has bottomed and we go straight up from here. But hey, it's looking a hell of a lot better than it was like a month or so ago. So I remember Brian's usually right. He's usually early. So remember that. But he's usually right. So I do like the idea, just to have those stink bids floating out here down below if you want to buy. Just in case we get another one, and you never know when it's going to happen. It's probably going to happen like 2 or 3 weeks from now. You get that one day, big fucking heartbreak kind of candle. But I don't mind even like starting to do things like nanny nibbles. Like I think we said Ethereum's starting to get down to mountain man levels. Litecoin and a lot of the poop coins, they've come right off, right back down to the bottom. And I thought it was interesting, doing the video here today with the good people on the site. I was going through the dashboard data. I think actually this is how I started off the video here today. The market's perking. I got a little bit of sort of bottom hunting kind of idea. If you look at crypto, I like the idea that, trying to turn the corner. We're turning back up. Looks like we're accepting higher. We got cute little, I've been showing you guys that RSI study on Bitcoin. It's a simple way for you to sort of gauge trend here. If we get, the first W stops the bear slide. The second W starts sort of like, hey, this is it's an uppy market now, not downy. Interesting how we have a 3-bar fractal here that would confirm on a move through this 37,540, 96, and you can see we went through that overnight. 37,9, what does that say? 37,927, yeah. So we've come off, candle body lows. I love those as trade locations. I mean, I don't know how we act here, but you can see we did confirm through that. So I would argue that the second W is working. It's below the 50 line, so that means it's a weak signal. And yeah, I'd call that pretty weak. And of course, if we go in M out, then we're probably, heading back into the shitter. But for the time being, I think probably the path of least resistance is up into these levels up here versus breaking the new lows. So, like I said there a few minutes ago, I don't really see anything developing hugely until we get out of June and into July. So it's probably like this kind of crap, just back and forth, drive it crazy. But in that environment, I want to accumulate, so like all these little ones. The Poopcoin 5000s. I don't know whether I got any fills today on Poopcoin 5000s. I might have. Let's see. Did I get any fills? Last thing I bought was some of this one as it was coming back down to earth. That one. I think I got filled somewhere down here. Reload zones against previous market structure. I think you know how that goes. Order history, IOC. Nope, IOC is the last one I did. So that's this one. I haven't got any more fills. If I do get fills on these things, I'll be more than happy to let you know. Whatever it's worth. Probably not worth much. But there you go. It's kind of market it is. Not really in a big hurry. And I think probably over the next 3 weeks or so, probably going to get a bunch of back and forth. Socialist Joe wants to push his agenda, and probably we get sort of the resolution of that agenda through the end of June, beginning of July, and then we'll actually see what the next few months in the United States of America looks like. Is it socialism orgy? Or which would be this, or is it, and I might even argue that if to actually prevent the socialist vote, they're probably going to keep the market relatively strong so the politicians in the U.S. Congress can go, well, right-wing politicians, that is, go, well, it's not really a crisis, so I can't really justify socialism. That's my hunch. That's probably why this has stayed as firm as it has. So, all right, rant. Boring. Sure hope I gave you some value today. Didn't really give you anything that's too specific. Although, man, I tell you what I do with my money, and I'm in there actually starting to nibble away on these NFT type names in here. I kind of like the way they look in the stock market. Not betting the farm, but I could definitely justify nibbles in here. And there are some other cute little names in here that I can justify starting to nibble, and I have been. So there you go. Whoa, AHT up a buck. That is... Sorry, Kevin. Terrible way to end the video, but I gotta say, I bought that here. Kevin didn't, so tomorrow he's gonna curse us 20 different names. He was very angry at me earlier. But damn! Oh, what a trade! I gotta be proud of myself. So, and everybody, have a sympathetic shoulder for Kevin because he's gonna be angry. All right, have a great day, everybody. If anything, what a perfect market. Kevin's killed me on some names where I've been like totally left in the dust. So, finally, some vengeance for good old Brian. All right, have a great day. Kevin, you want to take us out of here? I don't know. He's going to be angry at me. All the best, and...
Bye for now.